Shalom, call Limelight Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Bashem, Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And a sincere Shalom. It's 144,001 So, came across this video here and just gonna dive straight into it.
You don't go to poor countries to make money. There are very few poor countries in this world. Most countries are rich. The Philippines are rich. Brazil is rich. Mexico is rich. Chile is rich. Only the people are poor. But there's billions to be made there, to be carved out and to be taken. There's been billions for 400 years. The capitalist European and North American powers have carved out and taken the timber, the flax, the hemp, the cocoa, the rum, the tin, the copper, the iron, the rubber, the bauxite, the slaves, and the cheap labor. They have taken out of these countries. These countries are not underdeveloped, they're overexploited.
So, you devils, you Edomites, are gonna pay for all the wickedness you've sown, all right, in your wake, in your reign on the earth. So this is Revelations, the 11th chapter, and verse 17, saying, "We give thanks to Yahweh, which are and was and are to come, because thou hast taken to thee thy great power, and has reigned, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. And you Edomites have done nothing but destroy the earth." All right, you sown who you are to the whole entire planet. That's why there's mass pollution. Okay, that's why you see people being extremely wicked, is because it's under the vibration of the Edomites. Let's get Obadiah in verse 10. Obadiah 1 and 10. Actually, verse 9. And thy mighty men, O Teman. Teman is one of the sons, one of the offsprings of the Edomites. All right, a nation, a tribe of Edom. Teman. And thy mighty men, O Teman, should be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. So all Edomites are going to be slaughtered. That's a violent overthrow. Every single Edomites that look like so-called black people, Edomites that look like so-called Chinese, all right, and Edomites who look like how they're supposed to look, all right, the leprous flesh, you understand? They're going to be cut off by slaughter. Let's go to actually, I'm gonna finish this off, and then I'll hit that up to go dive deeper into what I just said. Verse 10, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever." So you Edomites, all these so-called white people, are going to be cut off forever. It's going to be a mass extermination. All right, because that's biblical prophecy. Because of the wickedness. Really, it's not even because of the wickedness. It's because the Most High Yahweh said so. He just used you to be wicked to justify taking you out. All right? Because this was declared before Esau and Jacob were even born, what was going to be their roles, man. Now, let's go to see if I can find it. Bear with me. All right, so this is Matthew, St. Matthew, the 13th chapter, and verse 37. He answered and said unto them, He that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man, Yahushai. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, the Israelites. But the tares are the kingdom of the wicked one. Who is that? That's going back to the serpent, to Cain, and to Esau, the Edomites. The enemy that sold them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. So that's going into the parable. All right. So the tares represents you Edomites. All right. And the angels are gonna come in with Yahushua and completely overthrow this current heathen reign. All right. Let's go to Amos. Let's get Amos, the first chapter. And I'm going to start at verse 11. Thus said Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword. Who is his brother? Jacob. And did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and kept his wrath forever, which goes into what? The Edomites, and then Jacob's lineage goes to the Israelites. Let's go, let's dive into that more. Let's get Joel, 3rd chapter, in verse 19. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness, for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation. So Esau's going to go down and Jacob's going to go up. And there's not going to be nothing they can do to stop it. There's not going to be no amount of praying, technology, pleading the cause, all right, some type of reparation, money, resource. It's going to be none of that. All right, you're going to have to go through captivity, and you're going to have to be cut off forever. Let's go to Jeremiah. And before I get that, let's replay this video.
You don't go to poor countries to make money. There are very few poor countries in this world. Most countries are rich. The Philippines are rich.
And a lot of Filipinos, there's a lot of Israelite foreigners sold upon the Philippines. All right? It's a lot of Jakes over there. You understand?
Brazil is rich.
In Brazil, as we know, the Northern Kingdom came over here and landed on the shores of what we call today Latin America, which would include Brazil, okay, Mexico, of course, obviously North America too, Canada. Jake is from the uttermost part of North America outside of, I think, Greenland. I think that's what it's called. Right on top of Canada. Greenland, I think it is. Greenland is I don't think there's no Gadites or no Jakes that live there. I'm not too sure. But for sure Canada, all the way to like what is it? Uruguay, Paraguay, Chile, and all that. That's all Jakes. It's all Israelites that got exploited, okay, by the devil, by these Edomites, and sowing their wickedness and indignation. Is really the indignation of Yahweh. All right.
Mexico is rich. Chile is rich. Only the people are poor.
Yeah, the Israelites. We're not supposed to be poor. We're supposed to be the wealthiest people on the earth. Let's get this right here. Let's get Let's go to Job 20 and 19. Because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. There you go. Didn't the so-called white man do exactly that? All right. Does that make him righteous or wicked? According to the scripture, that makes him wicked. Let's go. Let's go up. Job 20 and 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of a hypocrite but for a moment? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach into the clouds, yet he shall perish forever, like his own dung. They which have seen him say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream. He shall not be found. Yeah, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. There you go. You Edomites are going to get rooted from out of the earth. Verse 27. The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. And that's happening now with the gospel. You're being revealed as the wicked, as who you are. You're the wicked. You're not the Israelites. You're not Japhet. You're the Edomites. And the Most High is not with you. All right?
But there's billions to be made there, to be carved out and to be taken. There's been billions for 400 years. The capitalist European and North American powers have carved out and taken the timber.
Yeah, who is the capitalist European Edomites? These are all Edomites. And it's more than just that, because they settled in Australia. They settled in South Africa. They settled in all these different parts of the world just to get slaughtered there. Let's get Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. So that's the northern and southern kingdom being in captivity under these devils. And Esau was planning to do this. He knew exactly what he was doing with the Israelites. Let's get Ezekiel 35 and verse 10. Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas Yahweh was there. Who was this talking about? This is the Edomites. Ezekiel 35 is going to the Edomites, having the Israelites, the northern and southern kingdom, into captivity. Okay? Verse 15. As thou didst, actually, let's start from the top. Verse 2, Ezekiel 35 and 2. Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, thus said Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. There you go. There you go. You Edomites are cooked. The Most High Yahweh is gonna root you from out of the earth. And guess what? The Israelites are gonna be the main component of you being taken out. We're gonna put you in captivity, you devils. And you're not gonna like it. you're not gonna like it. Ezekiel, let's go to Ezekiel 25 and verse 12. Thus said Yahweh, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended. Yeah, look what he did to the so-called African Americans. All right, the whole world will talk about that, right? And guess what? That's a great offense. That's not going to go unpunished. And revenged himself upon them. Yeah, why did it say revenge? Because the main component of that would be the Dark Ages. You see, Esau basically made like a void millennia. A void millennia. Millennia is 1,000 years. So a century times 10, which was the Dark Ages when Judah primarily was ruling what we call today Europe. Those castles, the Franks, the Anglo-Saxons, so on and so forth, the Goths, the Visigoths, those were all Israelites. The Vikings, those are so-called black people. Those weren't the Knights of Templar. Those were all Israelites. Those weren't so-called white people. But they lied and covered it up through what we know today as the Renaissance, through iconoclasm. Okay? That's why the whole Renaissance even existed, and you don't see them dive deep into the medieval times on a mainstream level, like in school. Like, they don't go into it as much. They look at it more as theatrical, not a part of their history, because it's not their history. All right, Jake was ruling over them devils. Verse 13. Therefore, thus said Yahweh, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they at the dawn shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith Yahweh. So guess what? It's not going to even be the Israelites' anger. It's not going to be the Israelites' power. The Israelites, well, technically, right? It is going to be the Israelites' power, if you get what I'm saying. But guess what? The fury that's coming to Edomites is going to be exponentially overwhelming from the people that you laid fury upon. And that's what Esau, in the back of these Edomites' mind, don't want to happen. They don't want that. They want to just live off the stolen goods and ride it out till they die, and the kids live off of it and they die. I mean, that's what they've been doing, right? But it's going to come to a violent halt. All right? So, Otto One Ratazaz is edifying. Shalom.